Hello there. This is a showcase of a strat I've just ran for farming the Temple Apex from Incursion Chronicles. The strat revolves around buying open Apex temples en masse, running them as quickly as possible, on opening valuable chests, maybe upgrading temple uniques, and killing the temple boss. To start off, you can head over to the market, search for this modifier, which I don't know if you can read it, but it says Apex of Adsoatl. It says sudo, and when you do select it, you're gonna choose open room, and you're gonna search. You don't care for any other rooms, you just search for these and you buy them. Normally they're around 9-10C. I bought an inventory's worth for the strat, and they were about 9C all of them, so it was around 540C. It might cost you 600C for the strat now, depends, but it should be around that. So we just go to someone's hideout, we buy the temple. If you're planning on doing it with a lot of temples, you just keep on buying until you fill up your inventory. And then you go in, we take a look at the layout, we check to see if there's any valuable rooms here. Like for example, I don't know, Shrine of Unmaking is usually pointless unless you have closed off rooms like the Apex for example. It's not gonna happen in this strat, but you can open up faster rounds with it, something like that. Poison Garden, if it was T3, it would have a valuable item within it, so then we would go over to it, open the chest, take a look at the items that drop. Maybe a temple unique drops, maybe a good temple mod drops in an item, and we check it out. If the price is good, we keep it. If it's not, we throw it away. And then we do the same for any other good rooms. Here, sadly, there's no good rooms, so I can't really showcase it. So instead, you'll just go to the Apex, and we're gonna do that now. If you're interested in the build that I'm currently playing, this is a self-made tornado shot Deadeye running Voidfletcher, like the good old days. I just kind of wanted to have some fun, so I just made this build for myself. It's pretty good. It's able to kill uber bosses, and it does almost all the content in the game, almost all of it, so it's pretty nice. If you're wondering how I'm using a tincture with a bow, it's because of the Warden's Season Hunter node that I'm getting from Forbidden Flesh and Flame Jewels. So that's pretty good. Here, we're next to the boss. We're gonna drop in. On a build with this little EHP, you might die, so I tend to drop a portal by the boss just in case, so I don't have to run back. It always does this little phase in the bubble. You gotta kill the minions, and he'll pop back out and kill him. We're gonna wait for just that. Hopefully we get lucky and drop raw specs. Suppose not. Now we go through the loot. This is worthless. This is worthless. This is not that good. Nothing else matters here. Now, an important thing you have to keep in mind for temples is that whenever you run these, you have to also add that the area is 83. Technically, the wiki says it can be 80, so you can get away with running those, but I wanted to be sure, so I made sure to just get area level 83 temples. This is to make sure that the ball aspect ambition can drop from the boss, which is one of those things you use to make the adorned. The aspect itself is worth about 1250 to 1300 chaos at the moment of recording this video, but it can only drop from, supposedly, areas level 80 and above. So just do it simple, buy level 83 temples and just run those. That will get you most of your money from this strat. In 60 temples I dropped around 8 of them, so that was almost 10,000 chaos right there, so that was pretty good. that is the strat. Now we're gonna head on to the numbers. I've got a little file right here. We're gonna look at it. It was from 60 temples. It took me about 540 chaos when I bought them for an inventory's worth. It might take you a little bit more now, perhaps. It took me about 140 minutes to run with 2 failed temples due to disconnects. So, and with a faster character you might be able to do this faster, but 140 minutes. Or 2.33 hours. Then, the profit that I made, well, revenue first, is 12,563 chaos, or in divines, 64.4 divines. And then when you account for the investment, that was about 12,063 chaos, or in divines, 61.8. Then for the revenue per hour, that's 27.6 divines. And then for the divine per hour profit, that's 26.5 divines. Now, most of your money will come from the ball aspects. Let me show you right here. I sold all these recently for 12,050 chaos each. Now this is with undercutting the market, since they are usually round about 1290, 1300, maybe some of them 1400. So this is with undercutting, but that's because I want my stuff to sell quickly. These are the burning gloves, these are the chilled gloves, these are the shock gloves, and then you've got minion stuff, trigger stuff, you got the temple uniques. One important thing to keep in mind about the temple uniques is that if you find them, and you find the respective vial, you can go to the... there's a room in the incursion that's T3 that lets you upgrade temple uniques. So for example, Dance of the Offer turns into Omeyakons, and Mask of the Spirit Drinker turns into Mask of the Stitch Demon. Almost always the upgraded version is worth more than the unupgraded unique and the vial combined. So you just go, if you see that room, you just take from your loot pile that you got from the strat and you go and you upgrade the unique, and then you can sell that for more. For your Mayakons, for example, these are 400 chaos a pop. For the Mask of the Stitch Demon, it's about 190, 200 chaos, something like that. And then you've got Transcendent Spirit for 1 div, which the normal jewels are about 8 chaos. So that's pretty good. Keep in mind as well that the boss can drop astrolabes if it's high enough level. And this is just a raw div. And this is from a Harvey unique that I found. Of course, you will need to price all these accordingly, so you might need to undercut a little bit for the rares to sell. And some bases like this, for example, might not even be on the market at the moment. Only one is for 3 divs at the moment, so I plan to sell this for 150, 200C maybe. This one is not going to be worth a lot because it's eye level 76, so make sure to keep in mind what I said about the area level. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty fun and easy strat. You can chill, put on some videos on another monitor or something, and blast these temples very quickly, with only taking some time to read mods or prices or see temple layouts. For the character, I will leave a link in the description for my current poe.ninja, so you can take a look if you want to, and I'll write some additional information about it for the gear, but that should be it. Enjoy.